some real cuties there. Choosing a name for your child can be a tough decision to make, and one that could have repercussions for years to come. For example, will your child ever forgive you if you name him Leonardo? Or will he wish that he was more than just an average Joe? Pamela Redmond Satran is a co-author of the book Baby Names Now, the last word on first names. Pam, good to see you.
Good morning.
Now, what are people looking for when they want to name their child? Is there an overriding, in your research, did you find an overriding reason what people are looking for as far as their children's names?
It seems like what most parents are looking for today is a name that has real meaning to them. And that might be a name from their family. It might be a name from their ethnic background. For a lot of parents today, it might be the name of the place where they went on their honeymoon, but something that really has that meaning that can carry forward in their child's life.
Now, you wrote the book Beyond Jennifer and Jason back in 1988, right?
Right.
How have you seen names changing over those years?
God, it's just been an incredible explosion of new names and of parents putting a lot more time and energy into finding that name with the perfect meaning. I mean, parents are going back in the family Bible. They're looking through foreign name books, phone books, using last names, place names. People are even using word names these days to come up with something new.
Now, the top two names in your book, Emily and Jacob.
Emily and Jacob are the top two names in the United States. The Social Security Administration keeps a tally, and those are both new at the top.
Why so popular all of a sudden?
Well, for a name to have that many thousands of kids given it, it has to have kind of a wide range of appeal. And Emily and Jacob both appeal to parents who want an old-fashioned name. They appeal to parents who want something new and cool. They appeal to parents that of different religions, different parts of the country. And Emily is kind of feminine without being too frilly, while Jacob has this cowboy biblical thing going on.
the cowboy biblical
That
thing.
is like a sure ticket to the top.
There's a combo. Now, what names seem to be creeping up?
Well, that cowboy biblical mix is like a sure ticket for boys' names. There are names like Isaiah. That was, you know, I mean, how many hundreds of years has it been since Isaiah was popular? But that's going up.
How about Jebediah? Would that
That's fast on the following along.
Caitlin. Now, I've always heard Caitlin.
Yes.
You know, I remember I had friends named Caitlin back when I was a kid. So it seems like that's an evergreen.
Well, you know, Caitlin is a name that is getting more and more popular, and it has tons of different spellings. So when parents look at the most popular list, they say, gee, I like Caitlin, it's not even on here. But the fact is, each spelling is counted separately, so if you add them all together, Caitlin is really number one. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And that's just the beginning.
That's amazing. We got at least 5. Now, what about the names where they start off kind of like boy names, but they have now moved to be boy or girl names?
Well, yes, and there's a lot more of that going on. I think the whole generation of parents who wanted to give their daughters the same advantages as their sons started adopting these androgynous names.
So we got Kendall, Morgan, Drew Barrymore,
right,
great
Cameron Diaz,
right, and Glenn Close.
Yeah, and those stars have had a kind of influence. Maybe parents aren't naming their babies Glenn, but they kind of, that sort of makes it sound appealing if you see those sexy female movie stars with the male names. It's sort of a new kind of thing.
How about ethnic names?
Ethnic names have been used, and that really started in the 70s with African-American ethnic pride, and it kind of branched out as parents were cute. Oh, she's adorable.
And the jury.
Right, African names, and that was really in the forefront, and then other parents started looking further afield. There are a lot of Irish names around these days, a lot of French names, Italian names, Hispanic names.
And now we've got people, you know, kind of getting into these Zen names like Genesis and Trinity. Were they even in the book 13 years ago?
I had never heard of them. In fact, when we started researching the new book, it was just, oh my God, where are all these names coming from? And there are a lot of word names that I think people just sit and look at the dictionary and say, that sounds great. Trinity, that was the female heroine of The Matrix, and now it's number 57. There are thousands of baby Trinities.
They're expecting these little baby girls to jump up and go. Anyway, not a lot of creativity when it comes to boys' names, though, it seems.
No, the boys have always kind of had less creativity. You know, it's like a men's store versus a women's department at the store. And a lot of parents still name boys more often after the family name. And But in the past few years, there have been a lot of little Coles and Tanners and Dylans. And again, we've got the cowboy.
Michael, Sam, Jeremy. Come back, Shane! And Brian. And what about twins? People giving matching names to twins?
Well, twins are, you know, those kind of matching names like Mo and Joe. That's over.
Ah, shoot. Then there's,
I
of
know
course,
you were.
Curly Larry. And anyway, Pamela Redmond Satran, thanks so very much.
Oh, well, thank you.
The name of the book is Baby Names Now. And now, here's another wonderful baby name, Anne.
So's Al.